Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm doing a follow-up on the Aram tier list because they hotfixed a bunch of things. I'm pretty sure it was, it would have been 6, 6, 12, 17. There have been 17 changes across the board for Aram. So a lot of these champions which I rated yesterday are going to be a bit lower. Like the high tier ones, and some of the lower ones have been buffed up slightly, but for the most part it is only nerfs. So the first one is Aatrox. He is losing some outgoing damage, he's losing some damage reduction. He'll probably drop down into the S tier. There is a chance he's still Z, but he will most likely... most of these changes end up being pretty volatile, and if you'll get taking 5% tags on various things, then you will fall down a tier usually. Aphelios is gaining 5% more damage, that's pretty huge for him. I don't see him escaping the E tier, but if you're good at Aphelios, he's probably D or even C tier. Azir is getting a pretty huge attack speed scaling buff, so Nash's is almost going to be perma-built on him. You're getting ability haste, which is also pretty nice. You can that buffs is like Luden's build, so if you want to go Nash's, Luden's, something like this, it's like a more poke, because you have your poke on fast rotation. You can also do the Andrew's build with more CDR. You can spam out more spells, do more damage through that. So Azir might even be D tier. Mundo is taking a huge tag to his healing, and his outgoing damage is going down by another 5%. Mundo was on the fringe of S tier anyway. He probably falls down towards the bottom of S tier. Draven is getting some damage reduction. Pretty big for Draven. He will definitely jump up into the C tier. Callista is gaining 10% damage reduction. This is really huge for Callista. Callista was really bad in Aram. This probably brings her up to around E, like a high-end D tier. Kassadin is losing some outgoing damage and is losing some of his damage reduction. He'll probably be in the Z tier now. He was very, very overpowered. Probably won't be as much as he used to be. Rammus lost 10% damage reduction as well. His outgoing damage went down. So, two pretty sizable nerfs to Rammus. Definitely gonna feel it. Katarina got tagged by losing 5% more damage. She probably falls down to the bottom of Z tier. I need to do a readjustment of some of the assassins because I spoke to some people, and assassins are actually a lot stronger than what I perceive them as in Aram, because I perceive them for the average player. But when you're going into Clash, you're more likely going to be putting your assassin players on these assassins rather than just the average player picking them up. So most assassins are either 1 or 2 tiers below where they should be at the moment, and I am going to follow up and adjust that. Aram is losing 10% damage. He's also losing 5% damage reduction, and that's pretty huge. There is a chance he drops all the way down to the S tier because of this. I'm actually going to put him in S tier, whereas I think those are pretty sizable nerfs. Kaiser is gaining some damage reduction. This isn't going to adjust her placement in the E tier. Kaiser doesn't really benefit from that much damage reduction. It will help her. She can do more damage because of it, but it's not enough to escape her from the E tier. Seraphine gaining healing and shielding power up by 20%. That is huge. Moonstone Seraphine will be really good now. Definitely possibly B tier. Whenever they do these heal and shield modifiers, they always end up doing too much of them, and then the champ becomes broken because of it. Set is losing 20% ability haste, and his damage reduction is now going up from -5 to -10%. That's going to push him down towards the bottom of S tier. Sion is also losing 20 ability haste. This will probably just push him down towards the bottom of S tier as well. He was already in S tier, so not too much. Sona is gaining 10% heal and shield power. This is usually what pushes Sona towards being over the edge. Sona probably jumps all the way up to the A tier. Vayne is gaining some damage reduction. That's pretty huge for her. I don't think she'll suddenly become overpowered from this, but it's quite nice. Definitely higher end of the C tier now. Zeri's damage is going up. Zeri is probably C tier. You just have to be good at playing the champ and adapting to the new Zeri. So because of that, maybe she just falls in D tier. Okay, so I'm gonna do the Z tier. The the highest tier now, which is going to be these 3 champs. They are broken. Like, really, really strong. With what's been nerfed, these 3 will instantly take the spots of those 3. Rengar is top of Z tier. Kha'Zix is going to go next to him. I'm moving most assassins up from where they should be. Assassins are just really, really strong. If they have incredible damage and because of the tenacity they gain from being assassins, it makes them super, super strong. So any assassins, if they're close to moving up, will move up. If they're at the bottom of the tier, they will go up towards the top of the tier. Things like Echo and I don't know if Nocturne would fall into that bracket because he probably goes Stride Breaker, but there is a chance Nocturne goes up. You might go Assassin because it's stronger. Things like Blue Cane as well might be up because of because he's an assassin. He just got buffed. There's a chance that Cane is around here somewhere. Looking for other assassins. I guess you could consider Rumble Assassin. He probably doesn't fall into that category though, so I'm not going to move him up. Things like Pantheon Pike probably benefit from being assassins. So things like Lee Sin as well can go up. If you're good at Lee Sin, he's probably overpowered, like close to being, like he'll be up here, but definitely better than where I put him. Other assassins, Fizz can go up as well. Akali from what I've heard is actually really, really good. You just have to be good at playing Akali, which a lot of people struggle with. So assassins, I'm just gonna write this here. Assassins, I've spelled assassins completely wrong. Something like that. Over any others, LeBlanc can move up. I imagine LeBlanc still is pretty weak because she plays quite ranged, like more of a ranged assassin. It doesn't have to engage too. She doesn't have to use too much of her kit to engage, and she has pretty free escape tools as well. So most of her damage comes from range, whereas like Harley's most of her damage is from being in melee range and doing damage there. I think that's about it. I don't think anyone else will move for the moment. The F tier is definitely going to stick as these 2. They will be just flat out the 2 worst champs in Aram to play, but yeah, for the most part, looks pretty good. So thank you guys for watching. I recommend watching the first video so you have a better idea of why I've rated these champions. This is the follow-up and adjustments. This will be the accurate one, but yesterday you have a better insight on why I put most of the champions. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.